Well, good morning to you, Kentuckiana. It is 5 o'clock here on your Friday morning. Thanks for joining us here on WHAS11 and on WHAS11 Plus. I'm Jim Stratman. Grace has got the day off, but meteorologist Matt Breland, no days off for him. He's in studio with us right now, taking a look at a very similar forecast to what we've seen, Matt, but changes are on the way.
We do have changes on the way, Jim, but I will say as long as we get through this weekend, I'm always a fan of a sunny weekend. I'm sure you're right there with me. This first weekend of October looking very good. Now, next week, we do have changes in the forecast, but as of right now, a quiet start to this Friday morning. This view of downtown is brought to us by the Shriners Children's Hospital in Lexington. Temperatures off to a mild start this morning, a bit cooler, mid-60s near the Louisville International Airport. 60 degrees near Bowman Field. Southeast winds at 6 miles per hour, but continuing to stay very quiet and dry. Temperatures for the rest of us ranging in the upper 50s near Scottsburg and Seymour. We're at 57 Brandenburg, Kentucky, 57 near Shepherdsville. Satellite and radar continues to stay quiet and dry. You'll notice a line of clouds trying to develop over towards our west and into southern Indiana. We're still seeing a decent amount of dry conditions still settled across our region, though. And as we go later on into this Friday, I'm still expecting us to stay quiet and dry. It's still shaping up to be a fairly dry pattern throughout the rest of the day. You'll notice a few of these clouds passing through periodically throughout the morning and into the afternoon. I know you're noticing just a few of these small spots of showers. There's still enough dry air in place between the ground and the clouds that will prevent any of those showers from reaching the surface. They'll still be evaporating fairly quickly before they reach us. So I'm still expecting a 0 rain day, staying quiet and dry throughout the afternoon and evening. I've got your weekend details coming up here in just a few short minutes. Here's an update on traffic. As of right now, everything's looking good to go on all of our interstates. If we have anything slowing us down, we'll have them for you here. Jim?
Matt, thank you very much. As we turn to 5:03 now, we take a live look at a quiet U.S. Capitol building as day 3 of the government shutdown begins. Lawmakers are set to return to Capitol Hill after their Yom Kippur holiday today to continue working on passing a government spending bill. Right now, thousands of federal employees are working without pay, without the government being funded. Democrats continue to demand that Republicans reverse cuts to Medicaid that were part of the president's massive tax and spending bill that passed earlier this year. They also want to extend $400 billion in Obamacare subsidies to stop premiums for millions of Americans from soaring next year. These cuts and extensions are prolonging the fight as federal jobs continue to be on the line. Now, President Trump is signaling plans to work with the White House budget director to decide which government programs to eliminate if the shutdown continues. He calls the shutdown an unprecedented opportunity to make cuts and continues to warn of potential mass firings.
I'm allowed to cut things that should have never been approved in the first place, and I will probably do that.
Negotiations with Democrats are at a standstill right now. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying that he is not talking to Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries because, quote, he has nothing to negotiate, a claim that Democrats flat out reject. If a bill is not passed today, talks will pause for the weekend, and they're set to start back up on Monday. 2 Kentucky congressmen say that while the government is shut down, they are going to be standing in solidarity with government workers by working without pay. Louisville Democrat Morgan McGarvey and Republican Kentucky Congressman Brett Guthrie are asking for their pay to be stopped until a government passes a spending bill. This is a trend that we're actually starting to see from multiple different members of Congress from both sides of the aisle. Now, with the shutdown, thousands of Federal Aviation Administration employees are working without pay right now. In fact, in Louisville, the airport authority says that Bowman Field and Muhammad Ali International Airport are operating business as usual. This comes with Bowman Fest and the air shows beginning tomorrow out at Bowman Field. WHAS11's Alexander Goldberg and photojournalist Jessica Farley spoke with organizers out at Bowman Field, where organizers insist the inaction in D.C. is not going to stop one of their biggest events.
Here at Bowman Field, organizers are preparing for one of their biggest weekends of the year, Bowman Fest. And amid some funding concerns during this government shutdown, organizers say it hasn't tripped them up one bit.
I'm not concerned one bit with the staffing issues for 2 reasons. One, because pilots are in control of their plane. If they sense that there's any kind of concern or problem, they won't go. And the FAA would be very clear and say, here's what's going to happen and how we're going to do it.
Pilot Pat McDonald is one of the organizers of Bowman Fest, even flying a plane in this weekend's air show. He said the event is minimally impacted and daily operations are not impacted at all. The question of staffing comes amid funding concerns with the U.S. government shutdown impacting agencies like the FAA. A spokesperson with the Louisville Regional Airport Authority confirmed both air traffic control and TSA agents at Bowman Field and Muhammad Ali International Airport are mandated to continue working even without pay during a government shutdown. That's because they're considered essential employees. At Bowman Field, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
Well, if you are headed out to Muhammad Ali International Airport during this government shutdown, you may find yourself or give yourself a little bit more time to get through some of that security. Right now, there's no delays or cancellations out of the airport, but travelers are being warned to expect longer lines nationwide at security checkpoints because of the reduced staffing and increased sick calls that we could see as the government shutdown continues. Airlines are also bracing for delays, especially if the shutdown continues to drag out. Well, right now, people are in the hospital after an explosion that happened while they were fueling a lawnmower over in southern Indiana. We're going to show you some photos here in a second. They are released by firefighters in Floyd's Knobs, showing some of the aftermath of that fire. Officials say that it started when at least one of the victims was filling up a zero-turn lawnmower. They say that something sparked an explosion and it caused all the damage that you're seeing right now. To that mower, to the barn, those billows of smoke you saw flying up into the sky. Now, one person is over at University Hospital. We're told they have burns to their face and upper body. Another patient was taken to Baptist Health Floyd for a medical emergency that was unrelated to the fire. Today, the man who killed a 6-year-old boy in Woodford County is out of prison after serving just 7 years of his 20-year sentence. Back in 2018, Ronald Exantis was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, but also guilty but mentally ill on assault charges. In December of 2015, Exantis drove from Indianapolis to Versailles, Kentucky, where he broke into a home and killed 6-year-old Logan Tipton. He also attacked Tipton's father and siblings. WHAS11 was there in 2015 when hundreds honored Logan's life at the community stadium in Versailles. According to court records, Exantis was released Wednesday. He's now out on supervised parole, which will run through the end of June 2026. Well, if you were to hear some bricks falling or some loud crashes downtown, don't be alarmed. We know what the cause is. Demolition is currently underway on the former Kentucky Baptist. Yeah, you can hear it right there. Those bricks falling, the demolition over at the old Kentucky Baptist Hospital in the corner of East Breckenridge Street and Barrett Avenue. The hospital is the latest building on the block to be demolished. Crews started knocking down buildings on this block back in February to pave way for a brand new large-scale development. Metro government awarded the developers about $20 million in tax incentives for the project that's set to include a hotel, cottage-style housing, and a large parking garage. That project is not expected to be done for at least another decade, so lots to go still on that project. Happening today, the Louisville Ballet teaming up with the Red Cross for a blood drive. And if you want to donate, you could win some free tickets to the ballet's upcoming performance of Dracula next weekend. The first 25 people who sign up to give blood will receive 2 free tickets. You're encouraged to schedule an appointment before you show up, but walk-ins will be welcomed as long as there's still space inside the blood center. You can visit redcrossblood.org and enter the sponsor code LOUBALLET, or you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS. That's 1-800-733-2767 to schedule an appointment. The drive starts this morning at 9 and runs until 2 o'clock this afternoon.